Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, coming back at you from the lockdown bunker, also known as my home office, and also the reason why I'm looking a bit shabby at the moment, because I don't have any reason to go outside. But basically in this video, what I'm going to be doing is just giving some quick tips on some ways that you can actually cut down on your marketing software cost. Now, I've spoken about this in the past, the importance of reviewing the tools you're using. Are they fit for purpose? Are they giving your business the sort of springboard it needs for success? Are you paying for software that's just completely out of whack with what you actually need? So you've got a Rolls Royce when all you need is a Toyota Corolla. So I'll leave a link in the video description to those other videos. But just in this video, I want to give a couple of simple tips that you might want to explore as to how you can look at any application you're using at the moment to help with the marketing of your business, whether it's an email marketing tool like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or HubSpot, or whether it's something for graphic design or anything like that, especially anything that's sort of SaaS type product, so where you're paying a monthly or annual subscription. So that's a lot of the kind of software and products that we use these days as marketers and as business owners to grow our businesses. Now, the first tip that I want to share with you is looking at whether or not there's anything you can do within the application itself to cut down cost. Now, in other videos, I've talked about finding alternative products. So, for example, if you're using HubSpot and you're finding that prohibitively expensive, could you move to, say, ActiveCampaign and get most of the same functionality but for a vastly reduced price? Well, that's one option. But what if you're well ingrained in a particular ecosystem? Then that's where you need to have a look at, is there anything you can do with that product to cut the cost without changing away from it? So, for example, I'm a big fan of ActiveCampaign. It's a great marketing automation, email marketing platform, and I hope to do some more tutorials and it sort of reviews around it on this channel. But if you look at ActiveCampaign, the way the pricing works is there's multiple pricing tiers based on the functionality you want, and also the number of active subscribed contacts you've got in your database. So there's two things straight away that jump to mind. Firstly is actually going through, if you've got ActiveCampaign, and the same will apply for just about any other kind of marketing automation tool or email marketing software, going through your database and actually doing a cleanup. Are there people on there who are subscribed, who you're paying for, but they just never open your emails? You might have sent them 10, 20, 50, 100 emails over the course of however long they've been subscribed, and they're never opening them. Maybe it's because it's a dead email address that's not getting picked up as a bounce, or they're just not interested, or things are going to spam. Well, have a think, do you really need that person on your database? Are they adding any value? I did a bit of analysis, I remember a few years ago at an old job where we had quite a substantially sized database, getting up into the sort of low six figures, which is a good sized database for the industry we were in. And we did some analysis, and it was amazing how many people were signed up who had basically never ever opened an email. And maybe that's a reflection on how we're emailing, so I won't boast too much about the outcome of it, but it was really eye-opening, the fact that there was a huge percentage of the database who we were basically paying for each month because they were still subscribed, but they were adding literally no value. Now, if you take a look at something like ActiveCampaign and many other tools work on the same basis, the way you pay is on a threshold for the number of subscribers you've got. So 0 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,500, and so on and so forth. Now, let's imagine that you were sitting at, say, 2,000 subscribers in your account, but it actually turns out that only 750 of them are ever opening emails. The rest of them are just low quality email addresses that were never really going to go anywhere for your business. Well, do you really need to keep them? Is the vanity metric of having a bigger list, is the vanity metric of maybe having some people who might open your emails, is the inconvenience of seeing a big change in your open rate and click rate, if you're tracking that over time, is any of that, in the current climate at least, worth more than the ability to save quite a bit of money each month on your subscription cost by removing that dead wood and then downgrading to a cheaper, less expensive plan? I would say that that's a great trade-off to make, and I would encourage you straight away after you watch this video to go and have a look through your database, do some analysis. How big is your database? How much are you paying for? And could you actually get a better deal by cutting out dead wood quite aggressively and then downgrading to a lower plan? Same goes if you're not using all the features. So have a think about the features that are available. If we look at ActiveCampaign again, I'll keep coming back to that example. There's a number of different pricing tiers based on the functionality, right from a sort of light option with very few features, right through to the fully featured sort of enterprise solution. Now, let's say that you are sitting on a professional plan. Could you downgrade, for example, to the next plan down if you're not using all of the additional features that are in there? Maybe you're only using a fraction of the feature set that you could get away with just downgrading once again to a lower paid plan, and you might find yourself saving quite a bit of money. I just did this exact exercise for my own business. I've been using ActiveCampaign for ages as a sort of CRM, marketing automation, email marketing tool. And I went through it and practiced what I preached and actually reviewed and found that I was paying for too many subscribers. There was some deadwood on the list, and also features that I wasn't using and had no real need or intention to use. And so I was able to downgrade my plan and save myself about $25-30 a month, which is not a massive amount of money. But in the current climate, every sensible, reasonable saving you could make is definitely worth doing. So make sure you review, is there deadwood in the list that needs carving out? Is there features in the feature set that you're not using, that you're paying for, that you could save on if you downgrade? Now, depending on what application you use, this may or may not be so possible and so feasible, but it's definitely worth checking. Now, the next thing you should be looking to do as well is see if there's any potential within your business to save on your SaaS applications, anything that's got a sort of subscription cost, by moving to annual billing. Now, at the moment that might be tricky because cash flows for a lot of businesses are really tight. But if there's a product you swear by, you really like using it, you're not foreseeing your business moving away from it anytime soon, you can often get some pretty fantastic savings on SaaS products, marketing tools, by committing to an annual purchase. So instead of paying monthly, you're able to pay 1 year's subscription in advance, and then basically you can often lock in 10, 20, 30, sometimes even 40+% discounts depending on what the product is. So definitely worth having a look at that as well. 100% worth reviewing whether there is a product that you're definitely going to keep using that you can save a lot of money on simply by moving to an annual subscription. Now, obviously, your cash flows need to support that. You don't want to commit to something that you can't afford. But if your business is definitely going to use a piece of software ongoing, you can afford to pay for the year in advance. It may be a better option for you to lock in and make those savings. A little bit like with car insurance or house insurance or anything, you usually get a discount for paying for a full year versus a monthly fee. So check that out as well. Now, one final tip I've got for you with your SaaS products is basically to look at alternative ways of getting discounts. So if you've got any marketing tool, email marketing, graphic design, doesn't matter what it is, you'll often find there are different ways to get some discounts or some savings. So for example, some vendors at the moment are actually offering free extensions to products, free months or free weeks or something like that, as a sort of their way of supporting their customers during the COVID-19 crisis. So ahrefs.com, for example, which is a really good backlink analysis sort of SEO tool, they've been offering a additional month's free membership, basically. So you can just log into your account and apply that 3 months membership, and then it pushes your next billing date out by a month. Now, that's not a game changer financially, but it's still a handy saving. Just doing that, even if you're on the light plan, is going to save you, best part of $100 a month US. So definitely worth doing, for 5 seconds effort just to press a button, press a button on the screen and save $100. It's definitely worth doing that. So any opportunity you've got to leverage anything like that, look at it. Quite a few software companies are offering these, discounts, these extensions, these free periods of use to try and retain their business. Now, obviously, you don't want to be sort of ungrateful for that. I guess you don't want to, take the mickey and sort of abuse people's trust. But if you've got these opportunities, to lock in some discounts and you want to keep using that product, lock in some savings, definitely take them. Now, you may also be able to lock in some discounts in the current climate by actually talking to support, talking to whoever's, whether the live chat or support ticket system, the sales reps, whoever's sort of organising that side of things, and saying, hey, look, at the moment, this product is, a little bit too expensive for my business, if that's the case, and is there any chance I could get some kind of discount or some kind of deal on it? And you might find, for example, that the company may be willing to apply for you a discount that might have only applied for new customers, for example, because they would rather retain your business than lose you and have to get another customer, because that retention rate is so important for software companies. So just something to think about as well. If you're going to sign up for any new software as well, make sure you really diligently search for any discounts, any specials, anything like that. You'll often find some pretty good deals, especially at the moment. So yeah, hopefully you found this video helpful. As I said, it's really important to make sure you're finding any cost-saving opportunity you can. Doing it this way with the advice I've outlined, so looking for dead wood you can cut out, or dead features you can cut out to reduce your subscription tiers, negotiating discounts, all those kinds of things. Basically, they're going to allow you to keep running your business with the tools you've become accustomed to and familiar with, and that you can get results from, but also allow you to do it in a more cost-effective manner. So yeah, hopefully you found this helpful. Please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you've got any comments, please let me know. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.